Yeah, live. Hey, good evening, and welcome to Live with Eric and SoSo. I am SoSo.
And I am Eric. What's up? What's up? What's up?
What is going
Man.
on? How are you this evening, Eric?
Oh my God, man. I'm doing good. Been a great day, and I
Yeah,
get to finish it off with you, man. Hey, life is good. Life is good.
life is great.
Oh,
I am excited to be here also, and we have a great topic.
oh my God. Do we? We got
We do.
the greatest. Oh man. Listen, first of all, we got to set something straight. Because every
Mhm.
time it seems like everybody think all the topics is about me. I'm getting all that. I'm like, listen, man, these
But
are
they
just
say you get
I didn't even make come up with this topic. And I'm getting heat. And I'm like, it ain't even my fault. It had nothing to do with me. It's just this is a serious topic. And
it
and
really
and what
is.
I'm saying, whether so I'm like, man, yeah, let's just jump in it, man. Let's just do it. Man, we
That's
talking about the breadwinner. Man, I'm thinking like, does he have the right to cheat? Should he be questioned? And listen, it is a he or a she. Okay, it's
mhm,
the breadwinner. Whoever's making the most money,
the most
do they
money
have the authority to cheat in peace? That's what we're talking about today.
in peace.
In peace. Don't ask me
Without
where I've been.
question, without anger, with just in peace.
In peace, man. It's like, so now we have to like really dissect this thing, because I think it's a obvious answer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to do the obvious. I want to play devil's advocate. Okay.
Okay.
Because I think when I was thinking about this, I'm like, of course nobody is going to just say yes, they have the right to cheat. Okay.
Right.
But I also would say that there's people out there that kind of buy into the story that, hey, if I am the breadwinner, if I'm doing everything for you, husband or wife, that I agreed to do, or you wanted me to do, then if I wanted to go out and do something on the side, then it's okay. Okay. Now,
Mhm.
then we're gonna have to deal with, is it cheating if you know about it? So that's a whole nother deal.
Right.
So I'm gonna give you first shot at it.
Okay. Well, you already okay. So I'm not gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna play woman. All right.
Okay.
Being a woman who was in a similar situation where I was basically at home, work whenever I want to work, maybe work part time, maybe not work, being with someone who was the breadwinner in the household and was out there doing his thing. And when I would catch him up, it was the whole who's in the house.
Mm. He went
You're in
there.
the house. You're in the house. So none of that other stuff matters.
Wow.
You don't have to work. I'm paying all the bills. Why are you complaining?
Let me adjust my headphones, because you just went deep. I ain't know you was going there. Okay. Okay, I'm ready.
No, this was always just kept in with me, and I'm actually letting it out now.
Okay.
So my family, like, probably like, what? Because they didn't know this.
Wow. So nobody in your close circle knew. Were you trapped? Were you like in the R. Kelly video?
No, I wasn't
You
trapped.
what? Okay. I needed to know.
I
Hey,
left when I
blink,
wanted to leave.
blink if you need help. Blink if you need help.
Already out of the situation. But but it was just like, okay, so you feel free to do whatever you want because you feel like you're out there making the money and I'm in the house. I'm the main chick, or I'm the woman of the house. I'm the queen of the castle. And you got all your little princesses out there, and that don't matter. They can't get into the castle.
Mm.
And so yeah, so no, you don't have the right to cheat, because that means that if you got the because that means I should just go to work then. So what happens when I go to work and make full and make just as much money as go do your same occupation, because I can do what you do. So what if I
Okay.
took on the same occupation as you and make maybe it's a couple thousand less, but you're not paying everything, and I'm helping paying it, half. I'm taking half of every bill. Then
Okay.
what? Do you stop cheating?
Okay. Me playing devil's advocate. Okay. So now I need to ask this. Are you referring to you being able to cheat as well? Because I have an
I'm
answer
saying,
for you.
can I cheat as well, or do you stop cheating?
Okay. So that was not the deal.
Oh, was there ever a
That
deal?
was that was not the deal. The deal is I'm able to cheat as freely as I want, and you have to just go ahead and comply.
Mm.
And I say that because that mentality that he has is a is almost a elitist ownership. You know,
Narcissistic.
it's not. I don't like that word, but I'll roll with it. I'll roll with it because it's definitely an entitled mentality. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and so it's almost as if I would say it's all about me and it's not about you. Okay, now did I
Financially
do it right?
abuse.
What?
This call is financially abusive. You're financially controlling me. You're abusing me financially. You're using your
Wow.
finances to abuse me, as far as emotionally abuse me, because you're cheating on me. So now you mess with my emotions. My emotions are abused. You're abusing me financially because you're in control of all the money. So I have to get money from you, and now you're using that to control the relationship. So you're making the finance the bread, the theme of our relationship. It's not
Mm.
love. It's financial.
You,
That's the
what,
theme.
one of the things that I always wondered when this type of conversation came up is what happens when you the breadwinner is no longer the breadwinner. Maybe you become ill and or disabled. You was in a car
Hmm.
accident or something,
Which
and
is
then
funny
now.
that this happened,
Okay. Okay.
but I'm not with them anymore. So,
Okay. So I mean, so are you saying that something like that happened?
well,
I,
he's not making as much as he used to because of, I don't want to violate his HIPAA,
okay.
but he's not, can't work as often as he used to, and as much.
Wow.
So karma's a bit of a bitch.
So
So
so God did that.
mhm.
Okay. I'm being funny because we don't wish bad on anybody.
No, it's
We
like
don't.
we still communicate here and there. I check on him, make sure he's okay, because I know his situation. That's just my heart. But it's amazing, you know.
Maybe he's a better man now. Maybe he's right for the picking.
No, he's not a better man because he's not.
He's not
Um,
okay. Well, hey.
that
So
mentality will never leave when you have that mentality as
even
for
that,
many, many years, because
even even in on his sick bay, even
you
on
still
his
making
sick
some
bay.
money. You still get a pension. He still got a 401k, so he still got money in the bag. So like he still have that. He still can feel like he got that.
And all he have to do is find somebody that has less than him, and he's back on top.
Hmm. And that's what I read that about people who make a great amount of income always date people who most of the time date people who have a lesser income, more narcissists, because they want those people to need them, because that's how they feel powerful.
Okay. Okay.
Because if they meeting somebody who has more income, or just about the same amount of income, there's no controlling, because they don't need them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They don't need that financial security. They can be on their own financially. They need them for other reasons and not financial reasons.
Right.
And so they have to pick, if you're a narcissist, or if you have that type of low self-esteem about yourself, where you need power to build yourself up, and you need power from other people that you feel is lesser than you, then that's who you're going to go for to date,
Mm.
because now you can control them financially.
So
So,
it's all about control.
mm-hmm,
And I know you use the word narcissist or
mm-hmm,
narcissistic, so
mm-hmm.
um but you're kind of getting over into a mental disorder.
It
Okay.
is.
Okay. So now do we give him grace because he is mentally has a mental disability? He
No, because
couldn't help himself.
he knows what he's doing.
He
See,
can't control it. If he's a narcissist, he cannot
if you're
control it.
competent to take the stand in the trial, then you can be found guilty of your crime.
But
He's
it's
not,
not
the
fair.
man is not incompetent. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he knows that he don't have to do it. So
If
he
he's a
knows what he's
narcissist,
doing.
can he control it?
If he actually get help for it, if he
Okay.
wanted to.
Right.
Narcissists can if they wanted to control and become different, they really can. But if they love it how they are and they feel like nothing's wrong with it, and they have people in their life that's going to allow them to be who they are, then they're not going to change.
See,
They're
this
just
is
going
what
to
I
not
believe.
deal with that person and go deal with somebody who's going to deal with them.
This is what I believe. Now, I believe that if he is a true narcissist, he has no clue that his behavior is at a disorder because
If
in his
somebody's
mind,
telling you, if the person you're with is telling you that how you're making them feel, or if they're constantly arguing with you or constantly complaining to you about your behavior, you're not slow. So you know.
yeah,
Do
but
you
at
care?
this point,
Narcissists don't care. That's the thing. They know what they're doing is wrong. They don't care about what all they care about is themselves. They only care about themselves and how you make them feel. They can make you feel any kind of way, but you cannot make them feel a certain way because now they can't handle it, and they don't take accountability for their actions because they don't see their actions. They know their actions are wrong, but they don't care about their actions being wrong, but they care about how you treat them. They don't care about how they treat you.
well, I listen. I'm not a expert in the area.
Mhm.
I did stay. What is it? Stayed at a Holiday Inn or a motel. I forgot that commercial, but yeah, I'm not an expert in the area. So, um, but I do know, regardless of how much they are aware, it is a disorder. So it has to be a place where he if medical help is needed, it has to be a place where he's is out of his control. Something is out of his control, whether he's aware of it or not. It's
I don't
got to
think
be something.
medical help is needed. I think more counseling is
Well,
needed. But everybody need counseling. I need
y-
counseling.
yeah,
You know.
everybody could use counseling.
Yeah, I don't
And
think he needs to go see a doctor as far as not maybe a counselor, a therapist, but
well,
his he
when I
knows
say
he's
doctor, I'm thinking about
therapist.
somebody in the medical field. Whether it's, I don't know. I mean, but the doctor of the mind. Whatever,
Mm.
whatever you call him.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if you he's very smart guy. You know, he
Okay,
can count money off the top of his head.
okay,
I can he can pull out a load of money and know how much it is. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
I can take $20 out of a stack of $10,000 and he'll know that $20 missing without counting. You know, it just feel the weight. It feel different.
Right,
So very smart man. Very smart man. So he
right.
knows exactly. Like I said, he stands competent to face a trial and
Okay.
be on trial. He's not incompetent.
So what
He knows.
makes him a narcissist then?
Oh, just like I said, behavior wise, as far as him not he only care about himself, right? And
Hmm.
so it's like he don't. How can I explain it? It's so hard. It's like it's like manipulating type.
Okay.
You know, when you confront him of his wrong, it's like, oh, it meant nothing. It's nothing.
So
You
can we
know,
just
like
call him
but
a manipulator?
narcissists are manipulators.
I mean, could that just be the extent of it? Since he's very competent in other areas, can we just call him a manipulator?
But if you met him, you'll see narcissistic behaviors. If he was just
Okay.
a manipulator, I would say my daughter isn't a manipulator. What she used to be when she was a kid. She's not a narcissist, but she was a manipulator. She didn't want to play. Nobody else play with her toy until they had something she wanted, and she would convince them to switch toys with them. It's with her. I said,
Sound
"Oh,
like
you good."
so would you say that his behavior was something that he was born with, or something that was
Mm-mm.
developed over time?
It developed.
Or
I don't think
developed?
you are born narcissist or a
Right.
manipulator. I think it develops in
Okay.
you. And definitely he has some healing to do. He wasn't healed.
Absolutely.
from past childhood and everything like that. So yeah, but it was just that control, that financial control, and just like the whole with that meme of Gabrielle Union saying like I felt like it was right for me. I had the right to cheat on my husband, my ex-husband, because I made more money. So when you and Dwayne Wade broke up and he went out and had that baby on you, in your book you were hurt. Dwayne Wade make I don't know if I think he made more money than her. I'm not sure. But was it okay for Dwayne Wade to go and step out on you and have another baby on
Hmm.
you
Well, let
because
me.
he made more money?
Okay, hold on, because I don't follow that. So now, is this something that actually happened, or this is
What,
like,
Dwayne Wade's baby?
yeah, okay, like,
Yeah,
okay, are they still married now?
they're still married.
Are
They
they
had
still
I guess they before they got married, I guess they had a split or something. And
okay?
he went out and these guys don't protect themselves when they decide to go and be with somebody else. And he got somebody pregnant. He had a baby.
Oh, okay,
He talked about it in her book. And but from what somebody said on the post when I posted this on the Unfiltered group, um, they said that she was what this meme said was not what she meant. She said they took that what she said and put it somewhere in another way. But
mm,
it was spread it out. It was a big top because of how it was worded. It became a big topic on
absolutely,
social media
okay,
because now it's a female that's saying I made more money than my husband, so I had the right to cheat.
right.
Men don't take cheating well. Men don't stay with women when they cheat on them. Most men, maybe some, but most men, when a woman cheats on them, it's done over their ego shot. They just can't take it.
Is that
So,
fair? Is that fair to you as a woman?
no, not at all. Not at all.
Okay, so is it? So are you saying that? Okay, I'm a woman, and if you cheat on me, then I will consider staying with you.
I wouldn't say that. Like we don't just say that like out of the blue. Okay, I'm a woman. If you cheat on me, I will consider standing with you because you would hope that the guy don't cheat on you. So we don't think about like that. Like okay, you cheat on me or whatever. It's just when after you've been with somebody for so long, you find out they're cheating. Is you already developed these feelings. You've developed a family. And you kind of don't want to lose that family or whatever. But
Mm,
after so many times, of us, how much do I have to accept this? Like how many times do you got to cheat on me before I say enough is enough? Now because you're putting my life at risk at this point because I don't know who you're out there sleeping with. I don't know if you're being protected, whatever. So I feel like you don't care about me no more because now you start to put me at risk. Just like take Tristan Thompson for an example with Khloe Kardashian. How many
okay,
girls have you gotten pregnant? Meaning that you're out there unprotectedly sleeping with random chicks. And now
right,
you coming home to me and you risking my life, putting my life at risk because you're out there sleeping with random chicks that just meet, and now you're getting them pregnant. So I know you're sleeping with them unprotected because you got them pregnant. But now you're gonna come home to me and be in bed with me unprotected, and now you put my life at risk. How many times do I allow you to go out and do that and then come back and put my life at risk?
right. So I mean, how many times would it be? Because it seemed to me is that you want to penalize a man for making a logical decision.
This
Because
logical?
well, I mean, logical meaning that
Are you
hey,
still
if
paying
one woman, if my woman cheated on me, then I'm not going to accept that. Okay, meant I already know. Listen, I know that we will literally disintegrate, melt like butter in the
Mm-hmm.
doggone frying pan
Yes.
if that happened to us.
Mm-hmm.
I really think it's really a testament on how strong women is. I mean, so let me
Mm-hmm.
just say that because we will just fall to the wayside, man, just real quick. Okay. Now, can we get over it? Whatever, that's a whole nother story. But in that moment, no, we can't
Well,
handle it.
it take y'all years probably to get over it. Like y'all don't want to have nothing to do with that woman, and you was out there. The woman didn't even have to sleep with the dude. Just knowing that the woman spent time with a dude, like just melts y'all down. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
because
saying?
in our
Like
mind, it's all the
just the
same.
thought of it.
It's all the same. It's all the same because there's a place where you know that you're almost like on sacred ground. You're sacred to me, and
Mm-hmm.
and and it's kind of like what Now listen, I'm not agreeing to your ex, but what I'm in his mind is like, hey, I gave you the highest place in my heart because you're here. You all of this right here is for you. Everything that I bring, everything that I am, I'm bringing it and I'm laying it before you. And in his mind, if I did something outside of you, then I still want you to understand that, you know, it's all about you.
Mm. It's
I
not all
what
about me when you're risking my life.
I know when you
It's not.
say
It's
I know
not.
you ready. I know you is like, okay, like you just cocked the gun and you ready to fire. So I'm noticing that. I got it. I'm ready. Shoot. Lift my hands up. hmm.
It's not all about me when you're risking my life. It's not all about me when you're out there entertaining other women, taking women on trips and taking women on dates. You know what I'm saying? On staycations or whatever you're doing. It's not all about me. It's not all about me when you're in other you making women feel like you're their man, where you're engaging. I mean, I'm not saying like this happened in my relationship because I don't know, maybe. But
Right.
I'm saying like as in general, like some men have more than one relationship and you don't even know about it, and you make these other women feel just as special as me. Only you're not you're not living. They're not living in the household with you. But who knows? You might have a household with them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You're probably telling them the same thing. Oh, you're the main woman in this house, but then you're the main woman in this house. You know, and we don't. You know, it's crazy, but that's how some men are. They build families all over the place. And so no, is you're not considering me. You're not
So
considering me because you're lying to me. You're not considering me because you put my life in danger. You're not considering me because you're hurting me when I find out. And then you make it seem like it's nothing when I find out. Oh, it means nothing. That don't even worry about it. That don't mean nothing. You
right.
know, and so I'm just not supposed to worry about it. Yeah, we'll I don't want to say get past it. We'll stay with you. You know that after the first when we find out, some of us,
Right.
but you ain't never going to forget it because we'll be so going about our regular days, but let you do something as far as not answer my phone call when I called you 3 times, and that's so you showing pattern of what you
Right.
did when you cheated on me. You probably not even cheating at this time,
Right.
but because it was a pattern, now we're going to bring now that thought of you cheating comes back to our head. So now you're going to hear it. You would never not hear from us. We would never just forget it. We
Right.
might forgive you in that moment, but we don't forgive you for cheating. Just forgive you just for the sake of us in our
Okay.
family, in our household. We're not forgiving you. You're not getting a pass for cheating. So you can
I
go back
want
and
I
cheat.
want I want to deal with that. But first, thanks for everybody for joining. Listen, make sure that you like and you share this broadcast. It's going to help us beat this Facebook algorithm. And it's going to go a long way. So, but definitely thank you guys for joining us tonight, man. We are live with Am I the Breadwinner? Can I cheat in peace? So here's the deal. You said some good stuff, and I'm noticing that that you're saying some things that are based off of your feelings, and when and the one thing I want you to understand is that when you compare how a man deals with cheating, uh he's going to have very deep hurt feelings, but his decisions is going to be based off of some logical things. Mind you, that those same logical things that he's basing his decision off is the same thing that you said. You're putting me at risk. Well, if she went out and cheated, then you put him at risk, and he's thinking about that. But and the difference is, you know, he's not going to accept. He's not going to give you the second chance, and I would say most women don't need to give a man second chance.
Most women don't, but a lot of women are emotional. We're more emotional and more sensitive to the fact, and then we think about the end of it. We want to. Some of us they're our kids' father, so we want to keep the family together. So we want to see if it can work. or we're married to them, we don't want to get divorced, or we've been with them for so long and now we don't there are we're so comfortable in a situation that we don't
Mm,
want to go out, we don't want to go out there and become uncomfortable and have to go back into the dating scene again. We don't know what we're getting into. So it's a lot of reasons behind why women stay. Men, on the other hand, it can be their wife cheated, I'm filing for divorce. Just that quick, not thinking about what you're going to lose in the process. Because I don't believe once a cheater, always a cheater. I don't believe
wow.
that,
Okay.
because I believe sometimes people cheat for reasons. And I believe that with guidance and counseling, that it can be helped and resolved. If once they realize, what if somebody really care about you, and
Mm-hmm.
they might have went out and they might have cheated on you. Say the guy, he really loved you, but in a moment of just temptation or just irresponsibility, he cheated on you.
Right.
You found out. He see how hurt you are. He loved you so much he don't want to see you hurt. He want to see
Right.
you cry, and he realized how much that hurt you.
Right.
If he really loved you, I don't believe that he probably would just try to do everything to be a better man to you. So I don't believe in once a cheater, always a cheater. But
Right.
you do have some serial cheaters. You have some people who just cannot be faithful.
Mm,
And and then they always going to cheat no matter how hurt you are. It's just they probably don't try to, but if it comes to them or whatever, they're going to do it because they just cannot be faithful. They stay on dating sites, although they're in a relationship. They is on social media DMing people because they just cannot be faithful. But those are the people who should not get in a relationship. But they want
right.
a relationship. They want a relationship. They want that home feel.
Right.
But then they also want what's outside too. But they know they want to come home to a family. But then when
Right.
they outside, they want to be a little hoe
Right.
because
Right.
they
Now,
can't control being a hoe.
right. I totally get what you're saying. And I think it's a sad situation.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that, and you can correct me, but I mean, just imagine this. Um, I believe that I can only speak for men. I believe there's a point in a man's life where he just comes to the understanding that it doesn't it's not working out. Cheating, running the streets, whatever the case may be, it's not fruitful for me. There's no enjoyment in it. I've been there, I've done that. So
Mm-hmm.
so if that's true, then there got to be a period in a man's life where he feels a need. There's an itch that has to be scratched. So at that point in his life, I believe that's going to happen. But I also believe that he's going to mature and he's going to start weighing the odds and he's going to act. And I think what happened, in my opinion, in a lot of relationships is um, you're asking a man to now he may have lied to you, but you have to be able to understand and identify what season that man is. Is he in the season where he's trying to sow oats, or is he in the season where um, he's ready to plant a seed and watch that tree grow? You know what I'm
Well,
saying? What
how would you know
season?
that until you keep seeing his oaks? So, because men can be in their 50s and still be hoes. I mean, once if sometimes you just a hoe. You know what I'm saying? You want to plant a tree here, you want to plant a tree there, you want to sow some oaks here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just some men are just like that. We
Hey,
have a
listen,
comment from Mr. John Law.
what's up,
He
John?
he said, men cheat for physical satisfaction and women cheat on an emotional level. That's the reason men tend to not forgive because we know you're mentally into the person, the woman cheating.
Wow,
Very true. Very true.
that just
Women do
sums it
cheat
up,
for
man.
emotion. Some women, me and John had this conversation before. Some women they just one night stand. Like you have no emotion for this man or whatever. You could be out with your girls and you know what I'm saying. Yeah, your man just at home. You got a good man,
Right,
real good man. He at home, let you go out with your girl. You see this fine, attractive dude talking to him, and you go be with him. No emotion, don't know this dude, ain't get the chance to talk to him, nothing. You just met him at the bar, and you go be with this man. Some women don't cheat for emotion. Some women are just hoes, and they got a good man at home, and so it's like So, but majority of the women do cheat off emotion. You get because what something you're missing from that man at home, whether it's communication, whether it's intimacy, whether your man might not be that good in bed no more. You might be bored with
Mm.
him, but you love him for other reasons. You don't want to leave him, but he always try to throw numbers out there. That's probably like he always tries. You know, John, stop trying to speak for women. We had this conversation. Stop speaking for women when I'm a woman speaking for a woman. It's nor it's
I'm with
probably
you, John.
I'm,
I'm with you,
I'm gonna
brother.
say about 3 out of 10 women. I told you, you don't know women like that. Women are very sneaky. Women, we come out really passive and emotionally, but you got some women who inside is hardcore. You just don't know it because they coming out very feminine, but really inside they like, I want to bust a nut just like a man want to bust a nut. I mean,
So
excuse me, you know what I'm saying? But I say 3 out of 10, John.
okay, I can take. I'll deal with 3 out of 10. So here's the deal. Is this a new thing, or
What?
this something that's been going on? I mean, because I would say, hey, this is part of that modern woman deal. You know
No,
that.
this is going on. Women are women are better cheaters than men. We had this conversation.
Damn
Women are
it.
better, women are better cheaters than men. Okay.
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard.
Like I said, we can be the most feminine to you.
Okay.
We can be the most loving to you. Let us be out with our girls. Let us
Mm-hmm.
have a drink. Let us see
Right.
a guy. And let you not be the best in bed.
Okay.
Let you not have the best body. Let you be
Okay.
too good to us, some women. I'm not
Wow.
speaking about me. I'm speaking about someone. So let you be too good to us,
Right.
and you're not an alpha male, or you're a yes man.
Okay.
And we meet this alpha male, strong body. You know what I'm saying? Look like he can give me a good time more than my man. And we sitting there, we drink with our girls. Girl, you know he fine, no dude at home, but I just want to see what he can do.
Okay.
Ain't no emotion there. We just want to see what he can do, and he did it. And now we're done. Now I go home.
And you tell
So
me that you actually can get up, not you, of course, dust yourself off, roll back home, and get into bed with your husband.
same way y'all do it. Y'all just will never know because that one thing we do is delete. So
Well,
yeah,
and I get it. Y'all, okay. And another thing that we do, men do, is that we don't have the insecurities to go and even look. You don't even have to delete because we won't
mhm,
even go looking in the first place.
exactly. Because and then two, we don't really give you a reason to
That's
because
what.
we don't. We're not. We're gonna when we're with that guy, we're gonna answer our phone. With that guy, you text me, I'm gonna text you back.
And I give you because that guy either don't care that you married or you
Exactly.
already told him that you married.
Exactly. And
So
he
you,
don't care. And he not gonna inbox you telling him you what we did.
my
So here
lord,
is Kirsten Perkins. If that's the season that man is in, he needs to be prepared for that woman not to be in a season to forgive.
mm,
Exactly.
mm,
Exactly. Because you're gonna hear if we stay, even if we stay, like I said, we can stay, but we will not forgive you for cheating. We'll forgive you just because we want to get through it.
right,
Men expect women to forgive us mainly because we don't forgive, we don't give two pennies about her, but we won't forgive the woman because she actually likes him. Not right, but that's what it's. Wait, men expect women to forgive us mainly because we don't give two pennies about the woman that cheated, y'all cheated
right.
with. But we won't forgive the woman because he actually likes him. Not right, but that's what it is sometimes. That's true.
Yeah, and I feel where you're going, John, Kirsten. I definitely get it. Listen, if that man is in that season, then nobody should expect when you go outside, violate your marriage to be forgiven.
Mm-hmm.
But you are bringing up the fact, and this is what I'm trying to get you to see. You bringing up the fact that hey, why won't a man give me a second chance?
We're not getting
But
along.
you're also saying that, okay, when you give a man a second chance, you're not really even forgiving him, even in the fact that you gave him a second chance. So I'm trying to figure out, well, what's the
we're
point?
we're 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 moving past it. You know how y'all like to sweep stuff under the rug? Like y'all
Right.
want to sweep under the rug that y'all cheated. Oh, it's
Okay.
nothing. It was nothing.
Okay.
Let's move on. So okay, we're gonna move on because we don't want to lose what we have. Like I said, we stay for comfort, we stay for family, we stay because we're in love with you still. And
Right.
we sometimes we can't see ourselves with somebody else. So we're gonna
Right.
stay. We'll forgive the moment. We'll forgive you to move past it, but we're not gonna forgive. That's why when people like, well, if you forgive it, why you bring it up? We don't really forgive you for cheating on us because we feel like that was one of the most disrespectful things you could do to us. So that's why we constantly bring it up when it's time to bring it up. When you give
Okay.
us reasons to bring it up. So when you like, oh, how you gonna forgive me? But then you constantly bring it up. I didn't forgive you for cheating on me. I forgave you
Mm,
because I wanted to move past it. And the only way I felt like I was able to move past it was to say, okay, I didn't even say, okay, I forgive you. I
okay.
just said, okay, we good, or let's move past it. You never heard a woman say, I forgive you for cheating on me. Have you ever heard a woman say that?
No.
Exactly. Because we don't forgive you for cheating on us.
Okay.
We just forgive for that moment so we can move past it, so we can get through it.
So what does that look like? Because if you're just trying to move past it and you're not really, you're not, there's no forgiveness, you just moving past it. The minute I don't answer my phone, I'm right back in the cheating stage. The minute I come 30 minutes late from work, then I'm cheating. What's the point? I mean, what are you accomplishing?
It's very tactic because once you this is why the only thing why I say why do women stay? Because once you break somebody's trust, it's hard to get that trust back, especially if the man isn't even trying to get the woman's trust back. The man say,
Mm,
I'm so sorry, please forgive me, it will never happen again. But you're repeating the same pattern that
right,
you did when you were cheating. So
right,
how can I trust you? If you want to gain my trust back, you have to work hard. You got to start being home. You got to start taking me places. You got to start really showing me that you change, that you don't want to cheat on me again, that you really want me to trust you. Because
right.
if so of course, if I'm calling you and if you was cheating on me, I called you 3 times and you didn't answer. You
Okay,
came home 30 minutes late because you was cheating on me. So then
okay.
you say, forgive me, I won't do it again. And then a week later, I call you 3 times, you don't answer me. Then you come home 30 minutes later. What do you expect me to believe?
I'm cheating.
Exactly. Because your pattern, you showing the same pattern.
Right, but this time I really wasn't
This
cheating.
time you really wasn't. But because you did it the same thing before when you were, I'm thinking, okay, now he's back doing it again.
Okay,
So
so my
now
question
my
again.
trust is still not there yet because you haven't shown me anything different
So are you
that you showed
saying
me different for that moment because you thought, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do good. So now once you feel like you got my trust back, oh, she trusted me now, we good again. Now
mhm.
you're gonna do that same pattern all over because now you think that I'm trusting you again. But now you did the same pattern, so now you just broke my trust all over again.
So are you hoping at this point that okay, I'm not going to totally just forgive him, but I am hoping that he do something to build back trust. Am
Trust,
I
yes,
understanding? So that's
yes.
where
You
we
don't
at.
have to be forgiven. Forget forgiveness because I can forgive you. You go back and do it.
Right.
I need for you to trust me.
Right.
So we got more comments. So you're right. Women are more forgiving than men. Women look at the night picture, the right picture as far as family, kids, future. That is
Mhm.
true. And then he says, so you're right. I know. You know what, John? I am. Thank you. He never say I'm right. He never say I'm right. So wow, because maybe because I'm having a conversation with somebody different, I am right. Thank you. This feels so
He's
good.
able to step back
Yes,
outside of the
right.
conversation. Yeah.
Yes. So you're right. I'm gonna say so you're right again, even though again isn't written in there, but I'm gonna say it because you said it twice. Women
Wow.
already forgive because of the family, kids, future, and not trying to start over, but y'all definitely not forgiving. Men will pay for our cheating every time an argument happens. That is depending, like I said, depending on the pattern. If we arguing about money or something, I'm gonna be like, well, you cheated on me. No, but like I said, if you showing me the same pattern that you did when you were cheating, not answering your phone, staying out late, oh, I gotta work, like using work as an excuse, you know what I'm saying? Like, or things like that, then yeah, we're gonna argue. I'm gonna say something about it, it might cause an argument. But just a regular general argument, we're not gonna bring up the cheating. We don't just bring up cheating out of the blue. It gotta be something that make us bring that up. And it's usually because you done something that triggered that memory of you cheating. You could have cheated
Right.
on me 3 years ago, and I'm never going to forget it because it's like it's going to always be embedded in me. But I'm going to try to trust you. But if you do something that triggered that memory, now is an argument. Now my trust is starting to, get just a little bit less than what
Mhm.
it was because now I'm feeling insecure again. Because now you bring in insecurities. I'm insecure about my relationship, not about myself. See, men get it twisted. They think that women are insecure within themselves when they start accusing them. I'm not insecure with me. I'm beautiful. I can get any man I want. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I'm insecure in my relationship. I'm insecure with the man that I'm with. Not I'm not insecure in myself. So then that's when you start going, oh, you sound insecure. You accusing me. You sound very insecure. I'm not insecure with myself. I love me. I'm
So
insecure with you in the relationship that you're bringing to me.
so here's the deal, okay? And let's just be real. Now, you're gonna have a situation where you've been cheated on in the past relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna bring that over into this new one, and
If you're not
you
healed.
if you're not healed, and now all of those things that were triggers in your last relationship are now going to be triggered if you're not healed in this new
Mm-hmm.
relationship. So there is a place where we can deal with the fact that now this person is being accused of cheating based off of patterns that you experienced in your previous relationship.
That is true. That is also true because it's triggers.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
triggers.
Triggered memories. So I mean, I can't even explain it. It's 100% true. Even and sometimes even when you're feel like you're healed and you're ready to go back out there and ready to go back and date because you feel like, okay, because usually when I go into a relationship, or when I'm going to dating, I go in with the benefit of the doubt. I don't automatically think the guy is cheating. But
Okay.
when a guy starts to show a pattern, so you treating me one way, right? But then all of a sudden it start to be a different way. You start treating me differently. And now I'm like, okay, so why? What's the difference? Where did this come from? Like, where all of a sudden you don't have time for me? You know what I'm saying? It's the time. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't talk to me, or now it's excuses after excuses. So now I'm okay. Are you seeing somebody else? Somebody else got your attention? Like, where's this coming from? It's not really a trigger from a past relationship. It's like I said, patterns. It's behavior.
So
So if you
can we label that insecure?
not within myself, it's insecure within the relationship.
So
I'm
how
I'm very secure with myself.
I think it's very clever how you separate yourself from the
Hmm.
relationship when it takes you to make the relationship.
But it takes two to make the relationship. So
Absolutely.
now I'm insecure with the person that I'm with. I love me, and I know I'm beautiful, and people cheat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not insecure with me. My esteem is not lowering because
Okay.
you're cheating on me. You're not gonna, or I think you're cheating on me. My self esteem is still high.
Okay.
It's just now my expectations for us in a relationship is low. It
Right.
has lessened. So I still love me, and I won't fault me. I might, maybe if I'm wrong, I'll fault me. Maybe you're not doing anything. But as I said, if your behavior starts just like if we were dating
Hmm.
and I'm calling you all the time, I'm telling you I miss you and oh how handsome you are, and I'm constantly wanting to see you and be with you. And then all of a sudden it's like you calling me, I'm not answering, or I'm answering here and there, or I'm not calling you back, or like now I'm not saying I want to see you. Now I'm not saying I miss you. Now I'm not calling you handsome anymore. And it's just like you're gonna think, okay, is your interest going away from me? Somebody else got your attention. Like, how would you feel if all of a sudden my behavior towards you just flipped
So
from
here
like, go ahead.
here's the thing. I mean, because I wouldn't, that is where I'm watching your energy, and I'll say I'll match your energy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wouldn't think cheating. I can think that hey, that we have come to an end in this relationship, and I could, I can exit, gracefully, with the understanding that hey, there's something about you. Now I would say that yes, I am going to do whatever I can to bring this conversation up to make sure that what I am thinking am not is not an assumption. Because
Mm-hmm.
one thing I want to do is make sure that I'm not assuming anything.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna sit down, we're gonna be at the table, we're gonna have this conversation, we're gonna be on the road, we're gonna do whatever we gotta do, but we're gonna have a conversation, and I'm going to make sure whatever my feelings are, I'm going to make sure if it's legit or not. I could be tripping, bugging over some stuff. Now, if it comes to the point, if you're honest, then and I'm right, then you're gonna say, you know what, yeah, this relationship is just not good for me anymore. And I'll say, you know what, I had that same feeling, and I appreciate you letting me know. Wish you could have told me earlier, but I
Mm-hmm.
respect it, and then we can move
But
on.
what if that's not said? Hold on, John got a lot to say. He's 100% on point when when you was talking about. I forgot what you was talking about, but you was on point. When I said I agree with you, I couldn't say nothing. I told her the same thing. We don't go straight to cheating. You cheating.
Thank
Well,
you.
because men think different from women. But also because sometimes men's egos are a little bit more, they don't want to believe that a woman is cheating on them. So that's why, because you couldn't believe, because you don't want to hurt yourself. You Because if you believe that a woman is cheating on you, like we said, y'all will melt into ice water.
Absolutely. So
So you
why
don't want
do
to
women
believe,
automatically think men are cheating?
because women believe that men would cheat on them. Men don't want to believe.
But
We not fooling ourselves. We
but
know a man would cheat on us. You know what I'm saying? Men don't want to believe a woman would cheat on them because it will hurt their ego so bad. So that's why y'all don't go straight to cheating, because that's not what y'all want to believe deep inside. Y'all couldn't handle it. So to be able to save you, to like protect yourselves, I guess you can say, to not go into that hurt, to not
okay,
hurt yourself. You would not believe that a woman is cheating on you until you had like facts. So women don't need facts. We have intuition. So
really,
like
that's
you,
where you want to head. That's where you want to
we
go.
can definitely had it, because a
That's where
woman
you really want to
is
go.
great. I used to dream. I had dreams that came true of
So
my ex cheating. So yes,
really,
you know, I
and
promise
national
you,
TV. You want to say that?
I can definitely say that. I promise you, my dream would be of when I was dating my kid's father, and and I had a dream of him choosing his ex girlfriend over me in
Okay,
my dream. Sure enough, I found out he was cheating with his ex girlfriend.
okay. Let's clarify something. Are you are you saying that only females have intuition?
Men have intuitions, but theirs are not as strong as women's. We can carry a baby, y'all can't. So men can't do everything a woman can do. So
That's true.
so
That's true.
So yes, women intuition is way stronger than a man's. See, because like I said, men are not going to have intuitions like that, because a man don't want to face the fact that a woman is cheating. Okay, we got some people. So this is Shawani Shy Fox Boom. This is my sister. She said, what she say that so the trees. And then
That's your
this is
amen. That's in other words, amen.
right. And then this is Paul. This is my mom. Men can't handle women having male friends, but they can have female friends. And
Okay.
then this is Shawani again saying intuition, yes, but men are stupid when it comes to cheating. Attitude changes. That's what I'm talking
I
about.
need
Behavior
clarification on that
change,
one.
behavior change, attitudes change.
Okay.
Everything changed.
Are she saying the men, our personal
Amen.
behavior change, or our
Your
behavior
attitude
change?
change. The way you act towards your woman changes. Like I said, all of a sudden you sometimes you be a little more meaner. You're not as nicer to her or whatever, or you're not giving her that attention like you used to, because you have the attention to somebody else. He said everything changes. We know.
Okay, so let me put my my
You better get some more
relationship
men
coach
on here.
hat.
Where John at? Because I think you need some help right now, Eric.
Yeah, listen, I be in some of the roughest women group, and I battle them all. I listen, I am prepared. But I do have to switch hats. Okay, because
Mhm.
I want to just bring out this. Um Women are you are losing good relationships because of that intuition you're talking about. Okay,
Mm-mm.
you're losing good relationship because anytime you making a decision, and listen, I'm not saying that you're wrong. What I'm saying is that you're not always right. And if you buy that heavy into it, okay, and I know that, listen, I got men's groups of thousands, a thousand of men, that only men that's having conversation with men, and I see those men look me dead in the eye and said, I did nothing that she said I did. And they was had
Those men
no
in
reason.
jail.
Huh?
Those people in jail look their lawyer straight in the eye and say, "I did not commit this crime, although I got the knife in my hand."
Listen,
Okay.
well, I'm not all I know is that there are some men that cheat. Okay, and some of that intuition is right. But what
One
I'm
out of
saying
men
is
don't. 1 out of 10 men don't cheat. Just like one
one
out
out
of
of
ten
10.
women
That's
do.
it. That's all you're gonna give us? One out. Wow.
That's what y'all
Wow.
gave us. But God said anything, something is going on, the woman instantly goes to cheating, but the men don't go straight to cheating. We're more rational and don't go off emotions. First, we wait for evidence because y'all stupid. And so then if he's not cheating, he's thinking about it. So that was
Who
Shawani.
said that? Okay.
Shawani.
If he's
So
not cheating, he's thinking about it. So is
here's the
thinking
thing.
about it cheating? Though
Well, kind of thinking about it leads to cheating. As long as we can't read your thoughts. But
but your
I'm gonna tell you this
intuition
about
says
I'm gonna
that.
tell you this about intuition.
Okay.
You know how everybody say trust your gut, right? Trust
Right.
your gut. If your gut tell you, you could be in any situation. If your gut tell you this is a bad situation, you trust your gut, right? If you can be hanging with your boys, say, come hang out with me. But your gut saying, oh no, don't go. You're gonna trust your gut. Or you're gonna go
Absolutely.
hang out with him and you're gonna get shot. You see what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? So you want to trust your gut. That's the woman's intuition is her gut. A woman know like that? It's not an assumption when it's your intuition. Now some women assume because of, like you said, past behaviors and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
we go off pattern.
Right.
But when it's in our gut, like when it's in our gut, like, okay, yeah, no, something ain't right. Something is not right. Like he's not right.
Well,
Then
see, here's the thing. When that everything you said can be true.
that ain't can be. It is.
It can be in certain situations, but here's the deal. Now you're setting yourself up. You're gonna have a period where you're speculating.
Mm-hmm.
You're never gonna you never really well, you may end up in facts. I'm not gonna say you never have facts, but you're gonna have a period of time where you speculate. You living in hell, okay? And then and all the way through this process, you're giving yourself, you're allowing yourself to continually burn in hell over something that's not real. Then this is the definition of fear because you're not operating in faith, and then you're wondering why did my relationship end when you gave it nothing but fear to go to work off of.
Where did that fear come from? The man's behavior, right?
Well, it can't. It's almost. Let me go biblical with. Can I do that for a second?
Well, let's read these first. Shawani said, when patterns change, something is wrong. She also said, yep, yep, and yep, so. Thank you. And
Just
intuition
say
is not,
amen.
intuition is a fact. Trust your gut, John. Trust your gut.
Okay, so let me debunk that biblically. Okay.
Okay.
Um. So in the Bible, Job. Okay, when if you read in the book of Job, it first starts out and it says Job was an upright man.
Mhm.
Another word to say he was a righteous man, a good man. And then you go on down a couple of scriptures, and then Job did something that is why I don't like this intuition thing. Job said, the scripture said Job prayed for his sons and daughters for what they might be doing. Okay, what they might be doing. Okay, and from that point, because Job, which what God started out calling him a righteous man, an upright man, but Job had these thoughts that his kids was doing some unrighteous thing, so he went and gave burnt offering, and the Bible said that he did those things daily. Okay, he had no proof, but he said they may be doing something. So basically, what you was given and what happened to Job and what's happening to in relationships is that you have given fear reign over your life, false evidence appearing real. And you cannot have fear and faith operate at the same time. So that's when people says when you go looking for something, you're going to find it because you have given all the evil. Now you got to understand what happened to Job. If you notice the story, Job
Mhm.
at that point he started being he lost everything. He lost all his this all that stuff he lost. Why? Because he operated in fear. That's why I say that's why relationships are ending because now you're saying they got to be doing something, and then all of a sudden you start this ritual, and with the thought that he is cheating on you.
Mm. Okay. Well, that's
I know. Listen, I'm ready. Come on.
well, you stated Job. You didn't say Ruth. Job is a man. His intuition is not always right. You said
Mm,
Ruth, then I would have understood it because she's a woman and her intuition is about 98% right. Okay.
okay.
So I mean, Job's a man. He had assumptions, okay, of his kids.
Okay.
Women's trusting our gut. But at the same time, even trusting our gut, like we still stay, some of us, you know what I'm saying? We still, but we do bring it up to you. If our gut, if you're out, it's you got off work at 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't get home till about 10:30. I'm
Okay.
calling you. You're not answering your phone.
Right.
Then you walk in the house 10:30.
Okay.
Now, okay, first of all, I'm angry. Before I even think of cheating, I'm just mad at you because so
Right.
anger sets in. When anger sets in, now thoughts starts coming. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like, okay, what could he be doing at this late and he not answering his phone?
Right.
This is a different pattern. You never done this before.
Okay.
Now, so sometimes you worry. So it's first is anger, first is worry, then it's
Right.
anger. Now
Uh-huh.
it's what is he doing?
Right. I
So then you
agree.
walk in the house, you're not hurt, you're not burnt, you're not beat up, you ain't got no papers in your hands, so you didn't go to jail. You just walk in the house casually. So where have you been? Oh, I was just hanging out. That's your answer. So when you hang out, why you can't answer your phone? Oh, I didn't hear it. It was on silent.
Okay.
Okay, so you ain't see my calls. You ain't see my call when you got in the car. You it's 10:30. I've been calling you. You know me. I'm gonna call you. I'm not so I didn't see you. So that's your answer. That's all you got for me.
Right.
So now I'm thinking, okay, now you're lying. You was doing something. You didn't give me no straight answer. You
Okay.
was hanging out. Your phone was on silent. You didn't
Right.
think to call me and let me know you was hanging out. You didn't
Right.
answer my phone call. So should I not trust, what I'm saying, what I'm thinking or my gut? My after your answer, now my gut is telling me he lying.
Well, see, okay, hold on. See, this is a little different because are you going to connect those behaviors to
Mm-hmm.
your gut feeling? And
Well,
see
now
that.
I'm getting a gut feeling as I'm listening to you lie to me. My gut is telling me don't believe him.
See
Like your
if you
gut telling
if
you don't go with your friend when he asked you to go hang out with him.
right. See, that's what the point I was going to make. Because if you was really talking about out and you call it gut feeling and intuition, I say it's the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit would lead, God, and direct. They don't need you connecting. The Holy Spirit does not need you connecting his bad patterns to speak to you. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case. And then I'm gonna tell you another thing. The Holy Spirit really would be more concerned about you than trying to be help you be super detective. You know what I'm saying?
Women are
you
natural
know,
detectives. Thank you very much. We were born detectives. All right, that's what God put in us because He said you can't trust these fools. You got to be a detective. I'm gonna have you a natural detective. You're gonna have all the things that you need inside of your brain and your body to know what these men are doing for you. Thank you, God. So that's what. So this is, I think, believe this is Shawani Bryson, but women are. Oh, this is Paula saying, but when women are accusing a man of cheating, he's not, it's because she's cheating. Not really, not all the time.
Mm,
Most of
that's
the time, that's
biblical.
with
That's
men.
biblical.
Most of the time, that's with men. When men start to accuse a woman, it's because
So
he's cheating.
so.
Sometimes, I'm telling you, women
Now
sometimes
wait.
accuse a man of cheating when he's not, because, like we said, of patterns or behavior. Men accuse a woman because he feel like he's being accused, or he know he out there doing something, so he want to try to put it on her. That's narcissist, actually. And you want to put it on. I'm gonna put deflection.
Okay.
I'm gonna put
Okay.
it on you to take it off of me,
So you
because you
saying
don't think
women
I'm
can't do
cheating.
that? You
Women
thinking?
do, some women, but it's not often. Women most of the time accuse a man of cheating because of behavior. Like I said, sometimes the man may not be cheating. The woman can be in the house all day, every day with kids, and the man is showing a different pattern of different behavior towards the woman. So first thing we think of, you know what I'm saying, is somebody else got his attention. He's throwing his attention somewhere else. This is Shawani. She said, my ex showed all signs of cheating. I knew. I didn't want to believe it, but like Paula said, patterns change. That's how I knew to go to his spot and catch him straight on. It was an
Mm,
unrecorded cheaters episode. It was on an unrecorded cheaters.
wow. Wow.
Hmm.
Well,
Is that true?
listen, I know. Listen, I'm not saying that the intuition and the gut feelings and all that is not right. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is that it's not all 100%. And I know somebody highlight. It was a comment that says
False evidence appearing
is um the Holy Spirit is intuition.
John
Oh,
said false evidence appearing real is fear. Yeah, but not intuition is not false evidence. Shawani said we're giving her PTSD. I'm sorry,
I'm
you back
sorry.
be
This,
bad things. So this
yeah,
is Shawani said intuition is in fear. Intuition is God telling you what's what. And there's a lot of comments in here. John says women past bad relationships scope their mind, then they associate majority of men with the one that consistently hurt them. So sometimes men pay for indiscretions of other men. That's true. I can
absolutely,
say that.
absolutely.
Oh, this is Shawani says Holy Spirit is your intuition. And then John said, if a woman gets hurt going through bad relationships, any man they will pay for it. That's not always true, because that's not that's I can't say that's always true, that if we get hurt doing bad relationship, that's if we're jumping from relationship to relationship to relationship, and we didn't give ourselves time to get over that relationship. Like if I got out of a relationship and a month ago, and now I'm jumping into another relationship in that same month, or within, or the next month, I know I'm not over it. I know I still got trust issues. So I'm gonna give myself a little time to try to, like, what I'm saying, get over that relationship and try to get myself back to where I can at least go into something, into dating, trusting a man. But as I said, if I'm dating you and I'm going giving you the benefit of the doubt, I don't think you're a cheater, because I wouldn't date you, right? But then, so you're showing me this, you're showing me that, you're doing this, you're doing that, everything right or whatever. But then all of a sudden it just flipped,
Mm-hmm.
and your reasoning sounds like excuses. And so, and it's like, oh, it'll get better or it'll get better, but then it don't. And it's just like it constantly, now your pattern changed with me. So, and we're just dating. We're not even in a relationship. We're just dating, and your pattern starts to change.
Okay.
You're not giving me what you was giving me the first 3-4 months of us dating. So now we're in the fifth, 6th month, and I start seeing like change from you, and it's not good change.
Okay.
It's like you're straying away. So what started you straying away from me?
Right.
Is it, you still got the same life you had when you first met me? Nothing in your life changed. So what else could be the reason why you strayed away? If nothing in your life changed from when we first met to now. So that's when it starts to be like, okay, and then your excuses are not meeting. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like excuses, and it's the same excuse over and over again. So yeah,
Right.
now I'm going to the point where, I'm going to ask you before I accuse you, are you seeing somebody else? No, I'm not seeing nobody else. Da da da, this and that, the same excuse. But now
Right.
you keep doing the same pattern. So are you seeing somebody else? What is it? I mean, honestly, did you lose interest in me? Because this is why you're not trying to see me, you're not trying to talk to me. Now we're going into where we're not talking anymore, where our conversations are just, now we're having disagreements constantly over the
And
same thing.
and this is where I believe that regardless of intuition or Holy Spirit or whatever, there's some things that you're gonna have in your relationship that you just don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, regardless of if he's cheating or not. I mean, it's not even, I mean, it's like you want to come to this end where you're going to have maybe a resolution of your feelings. But before we even get to that, you have already said that I'm describing a relationship that I don't want,
Mm-hmm.
regardless if he's cheating or not. He could just not be cheating at all, but you're still in a relationship that's not good for you.
That's not good for you. It's not.
And
It's
you don't, so,
unhealthy.
so it doesn't, you don't have to be there. You don't have to have a reason if you're not married to him, especially. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if you're married, then the rules change a little bit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm a big advocate on just leave. You're not married, just leave.
But even if you're not married, you still fall in love. You still have some
It
attachment with
doesn't
the guy.
matter. It
But
doesn't
yeah, but
matter.
it's not easy to leave. It's just easier said than done. When you have feelings for a person, you know what I'm saying, married or unmarried, it's not just you tell yourself every, oh, why I ain't gonna call him. Oh, I'm gonna leave him. I'm just done. I'm just done. But you start to miss that person because at one
Absolutely.
point you know what I'm saying, the person, he's not a bad person. He's, you know what I'm saying, just lie. You know what I'm saying,
But
a liar.
but
Or he's
but
he's
you
got
don't like a
he's
liar.
not
You don't
fulfilling you.
want it. You're
You
not
don't
being
want it, but you miss, you know, it's some things you don't want. So you can like it's like in a relationship, there's good and there's bad. You don't want the bad, of course, but
right
you want to hang on to the good.
now.
And this is why
Okay,
women
so
mostly stay when they're cheated on, because they think about the good
right.
that comes from it. But that bad is real bad and it's hurtful. But can we get past that hurtfulness to keep up, to stay with the things that feels good?
Right now, so now we're talking about the preponderance of the law. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Now we're talking about, hey, will the good outweigh the bad? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Now, it's okay to assess your relationship like that. And if
Mm-hmm.
you sit down and you be honest with yourself, you're gonna have to say, you know what? Regardless of what regardless of what I am seeing in this relationship, I think this relationship is worth me staying in it and giving it my 100%. Or you said, listen, there's some things about this relationship that I really don't like, and I think it for me and my peace is better that I
That you need to
leave.
leave. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what you can't do is be in that relationship and work them both sides. You can't be halfway in and halfway out and thinking you're
Jacko
doing
and
something
Hyde.
right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a Jacko and there's a Hyde. You gotta, but I just want to show this because I think John said I was right again. So facts, you definitely got to get yourself together first. So 100%. Thank you, John. Yes, you do.
Absolutely. I
And you're
agree with
never
that.
going to be 100% healed. But at least if you're 80% healed, you know what I'm saying, you can work on that little 20, but
Absolutely.
you're never going to be 100 because you that, especially if it was a long-term relationship that you just got out of, or if it's been a year since you've been out of it for like at least a year, you're still going to have, you're going to be learning from that relationship. So you're not going to accept some things that came in that relationship. So when you see some things that your ex did that you didn't, that hurt you or you didn't like, and you see it in the next guy, you're not going to accept it. You know what I'm saying? So some things you're never going to be 100% healed
And
from
I
anything.
would say this, man, you can spend 10, 15, 20 years trying to get over stuff. If because you're not, like you say, it's not going to be 100%. But
Mm-hmm.
if somebody hurt you this year and then next year you talking about your heel,
Mm-hmm.
you the problem because you ain't got healed. You ain't
You're
got
not
healed.
100%. You might be about 60%, depending on, you know what I'm saying, how strong you are. It's all about how strong you are, how strong you allow yourself to be. If you're gonna let this past relationship break you down to a bitter person, then you need 10 years, you know. But if you can say, I don't want to, I know me, I'm a strong woman, I'm a beautiful woman or a beautiful man, and I know what I deserve, and I know what I can put up with and what I can't, and I'm able to talk things out with somebody if I see something wrong. But I mean, every dating, every relationship, every marriage is going to have some issues, but it's all about how you handle those issues that when they
Absolutely.
come to you. So here's
Absolutely.
who is this? Oh, this is Cynthia Johnson. She says, I don't believe in cheating, but I'm not mad at any woman who do because women been through too much with men for so long now. They game is better because they didn't hurt it all. But me, if you get tempted to cheat, you're also tempting yourself to lose out on a good woman. That's on them. But my man thank all the men who lost me because he's the lucky one now. Cheating on worth it. Cheating at worth it. I would break up if I feel I got to cheat. Okay, I'm just saying. So she's saying if she feel like she got to cheat on her man, she would break up with him. And you know, a lot of men say
Well,
that to the women too,
yeah,
but they don't.
they don't.
Giovanni said, "It's an excuse. We love of the heart, mind, soul. To me, men love of how we treat them. True. If we decide to not do, there's a plethora of excuses. Not saying every man, but why can't he have a bad day and we can't? Why can't I don't feel like having sex, but I'm just supposed to do it? Nope, nope, and nope. Just saying.
Yeah. Now, see, listen. I think, listen, everybody, if you were a man that won't consider, those things, and I mean, once again, you just re-examine that relationship. Come on, now, some things is like, I like, you shouldn't have to tell. There's some things about a relationship that's gonna grow in time, but
Mm-hmm.
there's some common things that just a decent person should know. I mean, we
Mm-hmm.
talked about love languages, so there is a place where you're gonna have to learn that spouse love language. But
Mm-hmm.
even if they don't know your language, then there is a language of love. There is a
Mm-hmm.
language of compassion. There's a language of empathy. There's a language where, you know, man, if you see that I'm hurting, you should help me. You know what I'm saying? If you
Exactly.
see me struggling, I don't need to teach you how to help me not struggle. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So if a man or a woman would literally watch you struggle, then you don't need intuition to tell you there's something wrong with that.
It's
You know,
unhealthy.
it's
It's
unhealthy. But and let me say this too, because I hear a lot of the comments talking about men's patterns. Okay. And I want to help y'all with something about men. Okay. And men go in caves. Okay. And we go in, and I know we hear this man cave, but that's also a biblical place where men go. We seen it with David. David was running from Saul, and Saul was seeking to kill him. David made a vow that he would not lift the sword to harm him. So in order for him to keep that vow, David, which was one of God's mighty men that could have struck him down just like that, he went and hid. But he hid in a cave. So when you see men, and we talk about our men cave, our man cave, that's biblical. Okay. And we go there for a reason. And 9 times out of 10, when a man gets into a place where, even if he don't have a physical man cave, there's a such thing as a spiritual man cave. And we go to that place where either we feel like we need to protect ourselves, and maybe we're protecting ourselves from something that's in the house. Maybe you did something to hurt us and we withdraw, and you see a pattern change. But then it might be something on the outside of our home that we are running from. And then you're gonna still see this change in us. And what I want you to understand is that you may call that cheating because of pattern change. And what I'm saying is that a man can go to a place where he is hiding because he's trying to protect himself from some things that are going on in his life that he don't understand.
and that's the problem because men way of communicating suck. Now, if had you communicated with us, then this is the thing, men hide their feelings. Most men hide their feelings from women. If you communicated with us the issue the problem that you see in the household or outside the household, and say, babe, this is what's happening. This is, what I'm saying, I feel this way. Because women, we gonna tell you our feelings, and we tell you our feelings, so y'all say we nagging. But men hold their feelings in. So we have intuition, but we're not mind readers. So we don't know when there's an issue if you're not explaining it to us. So then you go and you change your pattern. So we're thinking, okay, what's going on? Now he's acting different. You didn't communicate with us that there was a problem because you're going into your man cave and you're soaking in your feelings in your man cave instead of soaking out pouring out your feelings to your woman. So if you
See,
poured your feelings out to your woman, then we know there's an issue. So now either we're gonna push it aside, like, oh, whatever, I ain't really do that. You know what I'm saying? Or we're gonna say, well, babe, let's work on it. What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Or what's going on at work? Oh, you have an issue at work. Well, I'm going to try to make sure that your house is peaceful enough for you so that your work issues or your outside issues you can be a little it can eliminate some, I'm saying, you having to go into your man cave. So if you communicated your feelings with us, and this is a thing that men don't do,
no,
y'all limit y'all feelings, y'all limit communication about y'all feelings. So then that's why women start to have these intuition, or may not even that, even not even intuition. We start to have these thoughts
right. You start
because it's
assuming.
lack of communication with men
Absolutely.
expressing their feelings.
So, but here's the thing, and this is how I like to just keep things simple.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when there's some things that we can, there's some things women do, that we just have to accept that that's just how God made women.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some things that men do that we have to just accept that that's just how God made men. Now we can get to heaven one day and we can argue, or we can take it up with God. But when you start seeing that most men act this way and most women act this way, then you're going to have to accept that that's just the way they are. So so
So the
what,
stuff that a woman is going to accuse you of cheating because you haven't expressed your feelings for her.
and that's why I said in the
So
beginning
don't
that
get mad at me when I say you out there sleeping with somebody, but you haven't expressed your feelings with me. That is an issue that you actually have with me. That's why your behavior changed, and not because you're interested in another woman. Because if I see all your interests is with me, and then the next day you're distant from me, and then for the following week you constantly keep your distance and communication lacks, I'm gonna think you're okay. Something is going on. Somebody else got your attention because
right.
I don't know that you have an issue with me if you're not expressing your issue with me, that you're taking it in within yourself. And when you hold feelings in, it come out at the wrong time, the wrong way.
I'm not denying none of that, but what I'm just saying is that there is a process. When a man gets that way, his first thing is let me step back and let me start this process of understanding. Okay, so it's a process. Now, could he have communicated? Sure, he could have. Okay, but he chose not to. But at the same time, he wasn't thinking that, okay, because something happened to me, whether it was with my spouse or was it with this man on the job that's constantly trying to fire me, whatever the case may be, it pushed him into a process of where he separated himself so he could start getting understanding. When a man come out of the man does not come out of his cave until he has the answer. When so when he comes out of the cave, he is going to come to you with an answer, with a solution. You have to
Guess what?
understand.
It's too late because that woman had all 101 thoughts already built up in her head.
And she very well
And
made she
now,
made
now that man understanding his way of under communicating with you is like, yeah, you just sat there and thought about that now, huh? You
okay,
know
so
what I'm saying?
now
Because I'm
that's
trying to
why I
communicate with
said
you and you're blocking my communication. I'm asking you what's going on, what's wrong. And you said he said nothing, everything's fine. When you
mhm,
know everything isn't fine, I know everything isn't fine, but you're not opening up to me. So now
absolutely.
it's an issue because now I don't feel like either one, you don't trust me with your feelings because you won't open up to me about your feelings. So you don't trust me 100% with your feelings. And I
Right.
understand you need your space. Everybody needs your space, but communication is everything. Babe, I'm going through a lot right now. I got a lot on my mind. Just give me some time. Give me some time, and I promise I'll talk to you about it. It's nothing. It got nothing to do with no other woman or anything like that. I just need some time.
Yeah. See,
Okay.
all of that is true. Okay. All of when I started out, I said women are losing good relationships over those
Men are
assumptions.
losing good relationships.
See, I'm gonna tell you. See, a man. This is how the man is gonna process it. You know, I got accused of cheating because I was going through some things, and I did not properly communicate with my spouse,
Mhm.
and she left me, but she accused me of cheating, but I never cheated. Okay,
Mhm.
now your story is gonna be, well, you know what? I believe he was cheating on me, so I left.
He showed
Okay.
all signs
Well,
of cheating.
both of y'all are right. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Both of you are right. But there is some facts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got your truth and he has his truth, but then there is some facts that happen. And what he's saying is that, you know what, regardless of how you feel, I know that I did not cheat. I know that it was something else going on. My communication may have been wrong, but now essentially what you did was you left me because you thought I was cheating, but in actuality, I was just I was a poor communicator.
And so, whose fault is that?
I think you take it up with
Had you
God.
communicated with me, I wouldn't. You. It would have been so much better. You would
But
still
see,
be in your relationship with your good woman.
right, but then I'm gonna say this: if a woman would leave you because of this, then she wasn't as good as she said she
He
was.
tried to be. You just suck at communicating. So Shawani said, I
Okay,
love my husband, but he can be spoiled. If I say not today, I'm a bad wife for a day. Dude, no, I love you, but I have those days too. Equality.
absolutely.
And then this
Hey,
one says, who is this? I'm trying to find out when I'm trying to look on Facebook to see who all is. Okay, so Shawani say, oh boy, my bro-in-law is watching. I'm being quiet now. Oops, I should
oh,
have read that out loud.
oh, my brother, who is okay?
My
Okay,
brother-in-law is watching. And
your
then
brother-in-law, her husband.
her husband's brother is
Oh,
watching.
okay,
She's
got you,
talking about
got you,
her
got you, got
husband.
you. Okay.
So John Law says a cheating woman has no value to a man. You're considered tainted. Wow.
Okay.
But a man is not, right? So then um
You know,
let's we know this is Shimani. We know about men and most of it is not biblical.
well,
And
I always give a biblical reference, so that's just me.
then she's covering, she's saving face because her brother-in-law is watching. I'm in a happy place, but it's all about communication. That really works. We do talk and I love it. And I would continue to move forward with my marriage this way. We gotta talk. That
It,
is true,
that
Shimani.
that that sounds so. I
And
leave it alone.
somebody she asked, "Are you married,
All right.
Eric?"
Okay. So I'm not married. I was married for 33 years,
Mm.
and
Yeah, you wouldn't communicate.
huh. Well, listen.
You went to your man cave too much.
Um, you know, I
Maybe.
I will say a lot of that was in the what through the divorce, through
Let's see.
33 years, I understood my faults. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so some of this stuff is from years and years. I'm talking 20 plus years of trying to be a better me. Okay. So when I tell you that I talk to hundreds of men, I do talk to hundreds. When I tell you I talk to hundreds of women, I talk to hundreds, maybe thousands of women concerning relationships, and so um so when even when I'm talking about this, but I'm not saying that the man cave is perfect. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that that is it's something that happens. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um and we really just got to come to the understanding that if if a man is doing something and you talk to enough of them and they all doing the same thing, then at some point you're going to have to realize that, hey, maybe God designed it that way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If a woman is doing something and you looking, well, I'll give you the perfect example. Okay. Just like the man has a cave, the woman has the well. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The man goes into a cave where he isolates himself, but a woman does the exact opposite. She goes to the well. Well, the well is biblical. The well is where women would go in the morning. They would go to the well to get water so they can bring it back to the house. But when they went to the well, that's when they talked about all the woes that they were having. And when they go to the well, that's when they cry on each other's shoulder and they talk about how life is hard. They were doing that in the biblical days. So, but the well is also wet, and it's wet because of tears. Now we know that the physical sense that they're drawing water and it's wet because of that, but in the spiritual sense, there is wet because they're weeping and it's sorrow because. But what I want you to understand is that women will gather together and support each other when they're going through woes.
Mhm.
Men will separate and go to the cave. It's just a natural thing. So I don't understand it, but I studied it and I realized that, man, it had to be a reason God did it because women get together, men separate.
Mhm.
I don't understand it.
I don't understand either because it's like at some point, how long do a man have to separate before he decide, okay, my woman, I see my woman getting upset. I see my woman, she's now my woman is accusing me of doing something that I'm not doing. She's getting upset because I'm changing towards her. My behavior is changing towards her. How long is it before a man say, okay, I got to come out of my cave. I got to communicate with my woman because I love my relationship and I love my woman and I don't want her to think that I'm doing anything that's disrespectful to her. I don't want her to think that
Absolutely.
I'm cheating on her. So how long do a man stay in his spiritual or physical cave before he actually comes out and speak to his woman? And I think it
When he
becomes a little bit of selfishness when you see that your woman is getting hurt or is angry and you feel like still you need this time to be to yourself. Forget her feelings, forget how I'm making her feel, forget how I'm treating her at this moment. I got to think about me and how I can handle this situation. When the whole time your woman probably can help you through it. The whole
so
time when you come and talking to your woman, she might be able to resolve your issue.
absolutely. And see, you know what? And this is going to help you. Okay. Um, and because I also have a teaching where I teach that the woman's responsibility, and when a man goes into a cave, then it's her responsibility to not allow his cave to become a tomb. Okay,
Mm,
because there is a place where because if you're not mindful of what's going on, then he can go into a deep depression, and then all of a sudden that it's two types of death that they can have. Well, I'll just say this. He can have a spiritual death. He can have a mental death. You know what I'm saying? Where if you're not mindful of what's happening. But see, the challenge is for a woman is that you have to recognize that he went into this place for a reason. A man always talk about, if you ask him, you say, what do you want from a woman? He said, man, I want peace. I want peace.
mhm.
Well, see,
Well,
you
women
can't.
can't bring you peace. You got to have your own peace.
Well, no, I understand that, but here's the deal. At this point he's saying I'm trying to get my peace. Okay, and so I'm going to a place where I feel that's safe. Okay, because I'm in a process of trying to figure some things out. Now
Hmm.
when I need you to understand, when he comes out of that, he's coming out of it with a solution. You're going to totally understand whatever, but you do have to recognize the fact that, hey, there's something that's going on. Now he's not going to be in a place where where, and everybody's different, but 9 times out of 10 he's going to be socializing, talking to you, but you just don't know how deep he's hiding in his head. Okay,
So when
he's
we
going.
ask you what's wrong, is everything okay? And you say yes, everything is okay, nothing's wrong. But we know something's wrong, and we're trying to get you out of that cave. We're trying to, communicate with you to where you can talk to us. We're asking you what's going on. Is there something wrong? Is it me? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? You say no, it's not you. Then you say when it really is me, but you
It
say
may
no, it's
not be
not
you.
you. Nothing's wrong. I mean, I'm saying if it was me, and you're
Okay.
saying no, it's not you. Nothing's wrong because you're not ready to talk to me about it yet. And every day I notice, you're a little different. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
constantly asking you, are you okay? Is everything okay? What's wrong? Something's wrong. Something's different. You steady blowing me off like nothing's wrong. Everything's okay. Now I'm getting angry because I know something's wrong with you. And I'm telling you, I know something's wrong. I'm telling you nothing's wrong. So now you're trying to battle me when you know something's wrong. And I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I know something's wrong, but you're holding it in. We cannot, you can't put us in a position and say we have to be responsible for taking that man out of that cave because we ask questions all the time.
No,
And
no,
if you're
you're
not
not
giving us an
responsible.
answer, if we're not giving us an answer, we can't bring you out of that cave until you're ready to come out of that cave.
Right.
Because
And see, you're exactly right. You're not responsible for pulling them out. You just have to be aware. You have to be aware and see, and this is that peace thing. Because just imagine that he's going through some things. He's not ready to talk about it, whether you agree with it or not. He's not ready to talk. But you're constantly asking him, and you saying that, well, women can't bring you peace. Well, I'm that's debatable. But what we do know is that at that point you are bringing me what's the opposite of peace. Okay, because because right there is where I need time to process some things. Okay, and you're constantly talking about, well, what's going on, is it me or whatever you're saying, and all he's saying is I need time to process. So he's saying no, it's not, because he's processing. So he can't say that it's you. He don't know if it's you. He can't properly articulate to you what is the problem.
now, if
So
you say, I need time to process, that's one thing. But constantly saying everything is fine, nothing's wrong. So that is a lying. That's lying to me. You're lying to me because you know something's
I
wrong.
don't
You
know.
just
I
can't
think that's pretty
process.
bold.
You just can't process what's wrong. So all you gotta do is say, I don't know right now. Just give me a little time. Let me process what's going on. I'll get back to you. Okay, so now I'm a little at ease because okay, you don't know what's going on. Okay, and some women do fall back. Some women do say, okay, let me let my man have his time. Let me let my man have his time
Absolutely.
to get over it.
Right.
But if you constantly telling your woman nothing's wrong, everything's fine, and but especially if your woman know you and she know
Right.
your behavior is changing, she knows you're not okay.
Mm,
Some women will hound you like, talk to me, please talk to me, because now it's scary, especially with suicide being so common. We don't want to leave you in a space where you feel alone, where you feel like you
absolutely.
can handle a situation. You cannot talk to somebody because suicide is so prominent now in our community, especially that we worry. Women are warriors, natural born warriors. We
Absolutely.
worry. And so now we're worried about you because we don't know what's wrong with you. And sometimes we don't be have to accuse you of cheating. That do come across our mind. It's always gonna come across our mind. We're women,
Right.
especially if we've been cheated on. It's going to
Right.
come across our mind that it might be somebody else, especially when you're not telling us. But then at the same time, too, we're like, okay, what happened? What did we do? How can we help?
Right.
Why isn't he communicating with me? Do he not trust me with his feelings? I don't want, is he going into a depression? I don't want my man to be depressed. I don't want my man to kill himself.
Right.
Like, so it's harder for you making it, you saying that us constantly asking your men what's going on, we're taking away y'all peace. But now you're taking away our peace because now we are in a situation where you're putting us in a predicament, in a situation. You giving us a certain feeling where where we're not comfortable, where we're not happy, where we're not feeling at peace, and we feel you don't trust us with your feelings.
Yeah. I have never. Now, what I will say is that, historically, men have been shown, or told not to share their feelings.
Mm-hmm.
They're, don't, there's some things that you just don't verbally say, vocally, say, and all that good stuff. We heard those things.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to understand that, that is a real thing. Okay. Now we do have to get to the point where men do have to evolve, and we do have to say, hey, it's okay. Now you do have to understand that every man that says, listen, I am going to step out of the norm, I'm going to take a chance, and I'm going to express myself. You do know that there have been men who said that, tried that, and it didn't work out so well. Okay.
But they with they yeah, they probably was with a hardcore unfeminine woman.
I
A
mean,
woman
right,
that was just like what if she probably grew up in a household where feelings wasn't it wasn't took you taken into consideration, where feeling was blown off. So,
right.
and that's the woman that probably didn't ask you about your feelings. You know what I'm saying? If she ain't asked you about your feelings and you go and express your feelings to her, she don't care about your feelings. So she don't care what you're expressing. So yeah, so that's that woman. But if you got a woman who's asking you about your feelings, meaning that she care about your feelings. And so it's all about if she's not asking you about your feelings, then keep your feelings to yourself because she
So
don't care.
let me ask you this so I can make sure I understand. So you saying, okay, I'm process, I'm in my cave, okay, and you're gonna say what to me? You notice that I'm withdrawn, and you're gonna say what do you say?
First thing I'm gonna ask you is what's going on? What's wrong? Is everything okay?
Okay, and then my response would be I'll say, everything's fine. I'm just, I get some things that I got in my head that I'm processing.
What's going on?
Like I said, it's some things that's going on. I'm processing it right now. When I get an understanding, then I really would like an opportunity to share that with you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just you're still gonna end up in the same place where I still have to process. Now, if
But
you
now I know. Now I
yeah,
know
but
you're trying
but
to
you still
process it,
don't
but
you don't know what's going on. You
I don't
still
know
know
what's
that
going
I'm
on.
processing
But
something.
I know you said I definitely want to communicate it with you once I process it. So that's
And
a difference
and
of
what
you just saying nothing's wrong. I'm fine. It's a difference because the
okay.
reaction is going to be different from the woman because now the woman know okay the man is going my man going through something he trying to process it he's eventually going to talk to me about it. I don't know what it is. I hope he's not in love with another woman. I hope it's nothing I did. So we don't know what it is. We're hoping it's not the worst. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time we know eventually we're going to have a conversation with you.
Absolutely. Okay,
But if
so
we get I don't know and nothing's wrong, everything's fine. And
right.
now is the argument going to eventually happen because I'm going to be like, nothing's wrong. Everything's not fine. Everything's fine. Now you're going to get upset because I'm steady telling you I know something's going on, and I'm going to get upset because you steady telling me ain't nothing going on when I know something's going on. So
So
now we're going to be arguing, and now the situation now every day is going to be even worse because now we're just going to stay angry until you decide you want to tell me what's going on.
now is that the better option
What
to
the first
argue?
one?
No,
No,
is it better? If you know that the result is going to be okay, we're going to end up in an argument. Are you telling me that you rather go ahead and do the argument or just
no. I already
allow
you
him
tell
to
me.
process?
I already you tell me, but you said
I
it
know what you
first.
rather do, but he's not
Right.
ready to talk. Okay,
So if
he's
you
not
say
ready to talk.
you're not ready to talk.
Hmm.
Instead of telling me everything's okay, you see the difference? You telling
Right
me
now,
everything's fine,
okay.
and I
So
know everything's not fine, and you're arguing with me, telling me that nothing is wrong with you
why wouldn't you just accept that everything is okay?
because I know that's not true. And so now I know that you're not
Mm,
telling me the truth. I know you. I know when everything is fine with you, and I know when
right.
things aren't fine with you. So you telling me in my face, you looking me in my eye, and you telling me everything is fine, and then I go find you with your head blown off in your man cave.
Right. So in that case, my choice is I'm going to either blow my head. Well, I don't want to say all that. Okay. I'm gonna either unlife myself, you
Right.
know, or I'm going to end up with an argument with you. So
Mm-hmm.
those are the two choices that you're giving me.
I'm saying it's going to be eventually end up in an argument if you're looking me in my face and you're lying to me, and I know
But
you're lying to me.
okay, but do you
Instead of
see?
you basically telling me, babe, I don't want to talk about it right now. I'm trying to process it myself. Just give me some time, and I promise you, once I process it, I'm going to talk to you about it. I'm just trying to figure it out myself. Okay, and
Absolutely.
now I know. Now you're telling me something's wrong, but you just don't know how to process it. So now you're not lying to me. So now I
Okay.
can't say, "Oh, you're lying," because you just told me. So all I got to do now, I got nothing to do but accept what you said. But if you're
Okay.
telling me in my face everything is fine, when I know nothing, everything ain't fine, then you're getting mad at me because you know I'm right, but you don't want to talk to me about it, and I know I'm right, but you're lying to me about it, then yeah, we're gonna it's gonna be a disagreement. We're gonna be angry at each other, and then I'm gonna probably come back the next day. So you're not gonna tell me what's wrong. You're gonna say, I just told you nothing's wrong, and I'm like,
So-
we're gonna have the same arguments
right. So
until
why
you.
is it so important that you be right?
It ain't about being right. It's about you being truthful. If something's wrong with you, tell me something's wrong with you. If you're not ready to talk about it, at least let me know something. My behavior is different. I'm a little withdrawn from you, babe. It's not you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's just something that I'm going through, and
Right.
I just need to process it. And I don't even know how to communicate it with you. It's nothing bad with you. I just need to process it for right now because I went through that in a relationship where it was, my ex was going through something, and the way he knew how to deal with it was to be by himself for a minute, and he expressed that in the beginning. The way
Okay.
I can deal with things is I just need some time to myself. I need some
Mm.
time to myself, and that's how I can deal with. That's how I deal with things. And then,
Okay.
like, eventually, what I'm saying, I can express it. He said, but I'm not really good at expressing my feelings. So the way I process my feelings is by being by myself. So when
Okay.
he was going through, if he had a loss in his family, and he said, well, my aunt died. And so I was, and so then, and I would call him, and I'd be like, "Are you okay?" He'd be like, "I just need some time. I need some time to process this."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you know what I'm saying. So it's like that communication. I expected it because you told me how you process your feelings, what you
Okay.
need to process your feelings. So now I'm not pushing and pulling from you. So something what's wrong because I already know.
Right.
If you're spaced away from me and not trust you, and you gave me no issues, reasons not to trust you, not trust you, and you need your distance, and we've already communicated, and I know like something bad didn't happen in your life, and you're just a distance just for that moment, then I
Mm-hmm.
know how to okay, you're processing. This is the way you get over things.
Right.
You got
And,
yourself.
and I believe that this is where you have to just really spend time with somebody, because everybody may not process things the same.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that men and women are made different. I
Of
believe
course.
God designed it that way for a reason. I believe that we process things the whole 9 yard. It's for a reason. Um, but then there's just some things about a character of a person. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? There's some things that have basically, maybe the way you grew up in your parents' house, and maybe you watched your
Mm-hmm.
mom and dad process things a certain way, that you have to get better at, because now it has nothing to do with how God made you, but it has to deal with the environment you grew up in. Those are real things. But this is where you have to spend time with a person, and you really just got to ask yourself, okay, if this is the way this guy is, or this is the way she is, then you have to make a decision to say, hey, do I want to be there?
And I
Because
see myself here. Yeah.
do I see myself? Because when you want to play the role, okay, that, well, this is how he is, but I want to change him, then I think you're kind of getting off into error, because I really would rather couples, potential married people, however you want to look at them, I would rather them just go to the point and say, you know what, the way you are, I am totally okay with it. I can see myself spending the rest of my life with you just the way you are, opposed to saying, yeah, but if you were to change this, you'll be better. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because she may not change it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when relationships goes bad, is because now that one person spend all their time trying to get them to transform into what they want, when in actuality they were already set.
Mm-hmm.
There's two things that love does. There's two elements of love. Okay, a love um, a love is always going to accept you as you are, and love is always going to give. Okay, that's it. Love, and once again, is a biblical reference. That's from John 3:16, when he says, God so loved the world that he did what he gave. So we know that love always give. But before John 3:16, the word said, when we were in our most unlovable state, God sent a redeemer.
Mm-hmm.
And so as bad as we are, as bad as I am, God still said, he still said, you know what, you were worthy, so for redemption. Eric, you're worthy for redemption. So I knew then that when somebody really loves you, in your worst case, they're going to accept you as you are.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also realized that love is always going to seek out to get love, never worries about what they get in return. I can
Mm-hmm.
always tell the health of a relationship when I can hear somebody talk about what they wanted in return, because true love, that's not an issue, because when two people love each other, they would be battling on how out trying to give each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they do. I seen it. All they do is want to give. I'm not looking for nothing in return. I just really wanted you to have it. Well, what's
Right.
this for? Man, I just seen it and I picked it up and I thought you looked cute in it. You know what I'm saying? Christmas, but I didn't get it. I didn't get you anything. It doesn't matter because I wanted to get you something.
Right.
Your gift is, you are my gift. Every morning I wake up and I get a gift every morning. That's what love looks like. You know what I'm saying? And I'm being, listen, if you in a relationship and it's always about what you can receive, then it's just, you're not in the right relationship. That's it. And there's one out there, that there's somebody out there that's want to give to you. You just got to take the time and wait for that person.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And we have went into a whole 2 hours of it. Let's see. Okay, this is Cynthia. We're gonna read Cynthia, and then we're gonna do closing. Love is God's way. Before a person do something, they should say, "How do God feel about it?" It's true. You gotta see if God is it God worthy,
Is the
basically.
God worthy? Is divorce God ordained? Man, that could be a topic.
That could be a topic.
I can mess
I don't
people up
believe in
with that.
divorce. I don't believe in divorce. I mean, that's the next topic. But yeah, but we really extended this. We haven't even gotten to our segments because I
Wow,
didn't even want to break it up because we had so many comments and
it was good.
so I was like, I'm trying to get to everybody's comments. It went pretty long, and we, what I'm saying, it even you have to steered into like three other conversations, which usually what happens when you're in a good
Absolutely.
conversation and it branches off. Even though we started with I'm the breadwinner. Can I cheat? No, damn
No,
it.
I think we agree with that.
You cannot cheat.
We do come to. She said, "Keep going." Who is that? Is that
That's your who is this? Said keep going. Terrence. Terrence said keep
Terrence?
going. Terrence just joined not too long ago. That's why he said,
Okay.
Terrence, I got something to do.
Right, it is good though. It is good. I can have this all night. And like you said, I think that the based off of the
Okay, Terrence,
comments,
we're gonna give you 15 more minutes.
you said 15 more minutes.
Yep. Well,
Okay.
13 more minutes.
Okay. Well, I promise you, I don't need all that. I just want to make this comment, and then we're going into closing. We're going straight into
Yeah,
closing.
we're gonna go into closing. We got 13 more minutes to give Terrence, and then
Okay.
we're gonna go into closing. But I do want to say I agree with Cynthia. If God, you gotta think about what you do and if it's God worthy. Also, too, like I said, it's the women do first automatically. Women, if a woman has been cheated on before in past relationships.
Hmm.
And it was because, and one reason why she knew that one reason how a pattern of her being cheated on was lack of communication. The
Hmm.
guy wasn't communicating with her. He stopped communicating with her because he was cheating on her. And she
Hmm.
found out he was communicating heavily with another woman and he was cheating with that other woman. So she's in a relationship, in a good relationship, about 3 years in, she never thought you would cheat on her. She never accused you of cheating. She never had cheating in her mind for you. But then you brought back a pattern that she was familiar with. You brought back something that she was familiar with when she got cheated on, and that was lack of communication. You stopped communicating as often as y'all was. So
Right.
now the first thing, yes, that's going to come back into her head. She don't want it to, but she can control. Sometimes you can control your thoughts.
Absolutely.
So it comes to her head, oh, he cheating? you're not going to automatically accuse you at first. It's going to be a question. Is he
Mm-hmm.
cheating on me? So then it's going to be where, okay, well, let me try to talk to him. Hey, babe, what's going on? Nothing. I'm okay. You don't seem okay. I'm fine. I said I'm fine. Now you're starting to get angry because she's questioning you. So
Mm-hmm.
now that's what he did.
Okay.
He was getting mad at her because she was asking him what was going on. So now, okay, you're showing the same signs as my cheating ex.
Right.
So now I think you're cheating because guess what? Only just because you did not communicate with me to tell me, babe, nothing really is. It's just some stuff at work that I'm trying to deal with. I just need to process it. I'll talk to you as soon as I don't want to talk to you right now while I'm angry at the situation because I don't want to take it out on you. Just let me
Mm-hmm.
process it and then I will be right back giving you the attention I used to give you. Now,
Okay.
okay, now he keeps telling me what's going on. I know like something he's not cheating on me because I never thought he would cheat on me. But those patterns from my ex came in this relationship. So now if you're not expressing and you're doing the same thing my ex did, okay, now I'm gonna think that I'm gonna put you in that spot in that box. But if
Mm.
you just simple communication, really quick, simple, just reassuring me,
Mm-hmm.
just a reassurance that I'm good, we're good. It's
Right.
not you. Not don't say it's not you, it's me. It's
Right.
not you, it's work.
Right. Right.
Now I'm good. But
Right.
it's all about communication. We got some comments. So
I
Terrence
love.
said
I'm loving Terrence already. I
that's
get you,
because a
bro.
lot of women confuse dating with in a relationship. That's true. And because here's the thing. Okay, so then this he said men date for years. Here's the thing, Terrence. When you're dating somebody and y'all have a communication and y'all say, okay, we're gonna exclusively date. So I'm only gonna date you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only gonna date you. But we're not in a relationship. So but we're exclusively dating each other. I'm not gonna
Okay.
date nobody else. And if I decide to date somebody else, I'm gonna let you know.
Okay.
So in my head, it's like, okay, we're exclusively dating for how long? Women are not gonna date for years. Because especially if you're dating with a purpose, I'm not dating with a purpose to be an exclusive dating relationship.
Right.
When do that exclusive dating become we're in a relationship? I'm not going to wait for you to decide, okay, you should know. And Terrence, we had this conversation on our Unfiltered podcast. How soon do a man know when he wants to be in a relationship with that woman? Is it a couple weeks when he say, oh yeah, that's my wife, or that's my woman right there?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a year? Is it 5 years? How long should a woman wait for a man to decide if he want to be with her? At the we've been dating for almost a year and you still don't know if you want to be with me. I still haven't showed you enough of me that you would think that you would want to be in a relationship with me. Do I
Wow.
gotta date you for 3 years for you to figure that out? How long?
Wow. I mean that's pretty bold. That who said there's no limits? I can't say their
Cynthia,
name.
okay, so Cynthia said women don't really date more than one at a time, which is true. We don't, and that's where we fell at, Cynthia. And I'm gonna get to that real quick too.
Really? That's a failure?
Mhm.
No,
And
I
me
get it. I get it. I get it. I get it.
Terrence said, honestly, when was the last time you had that conversation? He said, there's no limits. There should be. But I want to get to Cynthia first. So
Okay.
Cynthia, that's our problem. Because when we meet, we're dating, when we date, we'll go on one date with a guy or 2 dates, and we like, okay, I like him. This is the guy I want to date. So we put our all into this one guy. When this guy don't feel that same way about us, he's just dating. He's just dating us, but he's
Okay.
dating other people also because we'll give ourselves to that one man, and we don't explore other men out there. So when we start putting all our feelings and all our eggs in that one basket, and that man got his eggs in about 10 other baskets because he's dating. In his mind, we're just dating. In our mind, he's who we just want to date. So we set
Mm.
ourselves up for hurt because we're putting all our eggs in his basket, but he's putting his eggs in a ton of baskets instead of us dating him, but then going because we're not in a relationship. We've never established we are going to be in a relationship. So, but we in our head put ourselves in a relationship with this man when he don't have his stuff in a relationship with us instead of us dating more than one guy to see which guy really is for us. We have 2 good dates with this man, lots of good conversation, and we automatically set ourselves with this one guy instead of going out and just dating multiple men. Dating don't mean sleeping with. And that's what people get it confused. You don't have to sleep with everybody you date.
Right.
So when you're going out just going on dates to to see what's out there, it's giving yourself options. We automatically turn that man from an option to a priority when we're constantly just his option. And that's what we feel. And that's when we start looking at this man different. Now we start hating this man and we start saying, oh, everything that this man is doing wrong. But it was never established that we were in a relationship with this man. We put ourselves in a relationship with this man when this whole time this man was just dating us. So that's where we fail at. We constantly fail at that because we do it a lot. We don't, because we date, women date for marriage. We date for a relationship. We date for our husband. Men date because they just want, they might be dating with a purpose for a relationship, but they are not trying to, they're not putting that first woman as the woman that because the conversation was good and the date was good. Oh, okay, I want to put all my eggs in this one basket. That's what we fail, and that's why we get hurt so much more than men, because we take this one man and we place him and we expect things from him that he's not supposed to be giving us because we never established a relationship with him. It's just dating.
So let me ask you a question. Okay, because I think the person said that women date one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
It's something like that, right?
Yes.
Women only date
one man
more
at a time.
one at a time. Okay. And you're gonna agree that that's normal. I think that's what you said. That's normal.
That is, it's normal, but it's not a good thing.
It's normal, but that's why I was saying it's normal, but it's not a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so basically you're suggesting to go outside of your nature. Okay.
And then to avoid hurting and to avoid, we put too much on that man that we're just dating because we in our heads put him as our man.
Okay, so here's something that I say in my classes all the time. And I want you to see if this makes sense. Okay, if it don't, then it don't, because I'm not that soft. Okay. Don't give nothing in a relationship that if that relationship goes bad, you're gonna want it back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna say it again, so because I stumbled. Don't give anything to a relationship that if that relationship goes bad, you're gonna want it back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And see, what I believe that what's happening in relationships is that okay, so men and women obviously date different. Okay. But you're not upset because the way we date. You're not upset because of the way you date. You're upset is because you gave some things in that relationship. Whatever those things are, you gave it and it wasn't reciprocated, and now you're hurt. Okay. So my suggestion when I hear things like that is that don't change your nature. You know what I'm saying? Change your standards. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a reason why you do what you do. There's a reason why men do it the way they do it. That is, uh, that's a whole nother conversation. That's a conversation that maybe you can have with God when you get to heaven. But what you can control is you.
That's
okay.
True.
You can control, well, why am I upset? Well, because I did this and I did that and he didn't do anything. Well, you know what? If you wouldn't have done that, then it would not have been anything to be upset about. So if you're going to give something in a relationship, and I already talked about love seeks to give. If you're going to give something in a relationship, solidify in your head that this is something that I truly want to give. And if that relationship goes bad, then you literally can walk away and say, you know what? But I did exactly what I wanted to do.
Right. So don't date when you're dating. Don't hurt yourself because you expect your expectation. Women's expectation in dating is totally different from a man's expectation in dating. So unless you both agree, like I said, you both agree and say, I'm dating with a purpose. Okay, we've been dating for a couple months. Let's make this exclusive. Let's exclusively date. We're still not in a relationship. We're just going to agree to just date each other. You have to have that agreement. And if I decide I want to date someone else, I will let you know. But if you don't have an agreement that you're exclusively just dating each other, but a woman in her head, like I said, can go on date this guy, have the best conversations on the phone, and you really start to get feelings for this guy because we grow feelings a little faster. And so now now you had other guys that you was talking to in midst of dating this guy. So you just completely cut every other guy that you were talking to off for this
Mm-hmm.
one guy because you and this guy connected a little more than you and the other guys. But the guy that you connected with did not cut off the other women that he were talking to because he's just dating you.
Okay.
But you're so now you're expecting him to feel how you feel, and
Right.
he don't. So
Right.
now you're upset because you're trying to just date him. So now you're hurting yourself because you're expecting him to just date you, but you all didn't have that conversation. And when you had that conversation with him, he tell you, well, I don't want to just date. I want to just date. I'm not looking for a relationship. I want to just date. Where I don't want to be in exclusive dating with one person. I want to see how it goes, whatever. Now you're hurt because you put all your eggs in his basket without having this conversation with him first.
So is it really? I mean, is it really? Are you hurt because that y'all date different?
You're hurt because you expected him to feel how you felt. You hurt because you decided to only date him. You expected him to only date you. So you put all your feelings into this one person, but he didn't put all his feelings into you. So he didn't hurt you. You hurt yourself because
Okay.
you expected too much from him without communicating before communicating with him. And
Okay.
that's why we should not only date one person at a time if we are dating. If we are dating with a purpose, we
Okay.
need to date. We
And
don't
and
need to
and
just put one person in it.
I tell people, including my daughters, I got 3 girls, and I tell them, well, now I don't tell them all because when I'm married, so, but at some point, um, you know, dating. Well, okay, let me just go back. Okay, um, okay, so at some point, dating's supposed to be, if a part of the marital process. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and let me kind of help you out a little bit, help the people out. Okay, so this what happens in relationships. Okay, so I date, I get hurt, and I move on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I date again, I get hurt, and I move on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when you get in the process of dating a lot, and you get in the process of healing and then moving on, what happens is you start building up those that hurt builds up calluses over your heart. Okay, now what happens is you're going to get married with that callus over your heart. Okay. And now what's going to happen is you're going to marry, you're going to get hurt in that marriage, and now you're going to do what you've been doing in your relationship. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because those triggers comes back, and you're going to say, all of my life I had a pattern of dating, but now I'm married, but this hurt feels just like it felt when I got married. So i'm
Mm-hmm.
going to i'm going to give it the appropriate response, and so now I'm going to leave. Okay. And so the problem with with dating, when on one side I want to say, well, yeah, it's all about what's your nature. Okay. Because if you're teaching yourself to just date, and then and that's your process, then you're going to be building up calluses, and those calluses are there to protect you, but it's also there to harden it. There, the process harden you, and when you get married, you're not going to understand. You're not going to know how to distinguish the two, because the only thing you're going to go back to is that I'm going to do what I have always done. So there is a fear. There is a fear there that I wanted to just bring out. And these are conversations that I have with my. That's why. That's why. Listen, I don't totally know all what goes on in my kids' life. Okay, but I can tell you that that my my girls when they I'm talking from 26 to 33, and I'm talking about you know one of them I can say only one relationship. The other one I can say two, and the other one she married. You know what I'm saying? The other one I could talk about just one because they had the process that I don't do this just I don't do it just casually. But I also taught them that you're going to recognize the signs. I gave them a pattern. I say, listen, I want to write down 25 things that you want in a relationship. 25. They wrote them down. I looked at them. I said, okay, this is cool. Then I said, out of these 25, I want you to pick out 5 of them that's non-deal breakers. And so they came back and they gave me some non-deal breakers and said, okay, this is it. Okay, cool. Then when I said, then this is what I said, like these 20 over here, they are negotiable. You may want somebody that's 5'10" to 6'1", but he may not be
Mhm.
that. So you can handle that. But these over here, you already know before your emotions got involved that that deal breaker could be a smoker. Well, listen, I don't care if he smokes cigars occasionally. That's your deal breaker. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So you don't even have to entertain that. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because there's somebody over here that don't smoke at all, sweetheart.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So just have those standards, and that is going to. And then I'm gonna tell you, I'm like, look, listen, I am the most qualified person that is gonna tell you if this is your Boaz or not, because I got your best interest at hand. So I vet
Mhm.
every single one of them. You understand? I vet them, and I say, you know what? You before you get to her, you have to go through me. That's a standard. They just know that. So it's just a lot of things that we can save ourselves from. And I'm gonna be honest with you, a person to vet your relationship doesn't have to be a father. Everybody
Right.
don't have father. You can have a best friend, somebody that really love and care for you. And I literally say this: listen, um, you know, tell your friend, listen, tell them that hey, I'm interested in this person, but I want you to vet them. I know you love and you care about me. I'm
Make
not
sure it's a
sure.
real friend and not somebody who just don't want to see you happy.
Exactly,
You
but
got to
that
be careful with
that's let's assume that they are a real friend,
that.
and you're gonna say, listen, you know me better than anybody knows me. Okay, is this because I don't want my emotions? If I don't want to make another bad decision based off of my emotions. Now we can't dictate that he's gonna be perfect or not, but we can say, you know what, that we do know enough to say, you know what, yeah, I think he is pretty good. I watched him, and I think he's the one. I think you should let down that guard and say, you know what, give him a chance. You know what I'm saying? We got to get back to doing that.
Yeah.
And the hardest part about that is that
Right.
people don't want to admit that they suck at choosing mates.
That's
They,
true.
I mean,
Or
I'm being
people
honest.
just don't trust people's perspective, because
Right,
people don't think that people have their best interests at heart. People think that, oh, you just don't want to see me happy, or people get this defensive when
right,
someone tells them. And then sometimes people are just saying something because they're not happy, and so they decided they don't want to see you happy. So,
right,
or they want the person that you're dating, you know what I'm saying? Or it could be a parent who just don't see that nobody is good enough for their child. So it's gonna
boy.
go either way. But what we're gonna do is go this way because it's 9:08, and then we gave Terrence way more than 13 minutes.
Yeah, we.
And so and we can continue this on next week because this is, I mean, we in every topic possible.
Yeah.
Honestly, like we can get to a lot of topics, and so I actually got somewhere to go. And so,
Okay. Woo. Okay. All right.
so um,
Well,
yeah, so
excuse me. Excuse me for trying to have a show.
I know, right? Well, we had a 2 hours, 2.5, 2 hours and 9 minutes show. Okay, so we love you, Terrence. And I told you, Terrence, if you want to jump on, you've been my co-host since forever. I would love for you to come on because you always have
Absolutely.
great perspective on things. So next week, if you want to join on or whatever, just let us know, and we gonna, I send you that link so you can come on too. But we
Absolutely.
will be back next week. We thank y'all so much for coming in, everybody who had their comments. We had, people coming in and, just watching and hearting us. And we would love for you all to like our page, Live with Eric and SoSo. You can see the link up there. Also, share our podcast, grow us as a podcast. And
Absolutely.
just see us every Thursday at 7 p.m.
At
We,
7 p.m.
at 7 p.m. And I know today we didn't have our, my beauty hack. I had a good one today too, but I'll give it to y'all
Wow.
next week. Eric didn't give his keeping the bag with Eric. I'm sure he will have a good one next week also.
Absolutely.
So I just want to thank y'all. Eric, you got something to say?
No, I think you said it all. And, I just appreciate you, a lovely, lovely, lovely co-host. And, man,
Thank
I
you.
love the
Appreciate you.
conversation. I appreciate everybody that listen and the ones who commented, all that good stuff.
And we will see you guys next week, same time. Probably not as long. Depending on how the conversations go, I'm be cutting some people off. All right.
Awesome. Awesome.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you again. We love all of you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, and